Hey, this is Rick Kasalj, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. In today's video, I wanted to go through an insane hip strengthening exercise workout. And Jenna's going to go through the exercises and I'll talk about the exercises. So the first exercise in this workout is supine knee drive with band. Oh, wait, perfect. So going from the starting position, you're lying on the floor, you've got the band looped around the arch of your foot. Other leg is, can be straight or slightly bent, and you're holding the handles or holding the tubing, and then you're driving that foot forward and then coming back and then driving that foot forward and coming back. And with this one, we're working on the muscles around the knee, but also the muscles in the hip, specifically the hamstrings and the glutes. Looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets are 1, repetitions would be 5, time would be smooth controlled movement with a quick stop at the end position, and the intensity would be light to moderate, and we kind of talked about what muscles and what areas we're targeting. Now the second exercise is squat with band. So you're going to use a mini band like this, and you're going to step into that mini band, and you're going to put it just above the knees, and so the band really brings you close together. Then you're going to separate the feet and the knees, and that's going to really increase the resistance in the band. Then you're going to go squat down, going into a squatting movement, coming back up, squatting down, and coming back up. So toes are pointed out, feet are a little more than hip width apart. And with this one, I'm working on really strengthening the outer part of the hip, also kind of the transverse or twisting plane of the hip. We're also working. So we're targeting a number of things. We're targeting the back part of the hip, outer part of the hip, and also kind of the twisting movement in the hip. Looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets are 1, repetition would be 5. Time would be smooth controlled movement with a quick stop at the end position, and the intensity would end up being light to moderate. And I talked about what areas we're targeting. Now moving into the third exercise, this is the monster band shuffle. So we're still using the band. Jenna's going to shuffle to one side, always keeping resistance on that band, and then she's going to shuffle the other way. Moving one leg, following with the other, moving one, following with the other, always keeping tension in that band, and she's in that athletic position, knees soft, trunks forward a little bit, moving 5 steps one way, 5 or 10 steps one way, 5 or 10 steps back the other way. Looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets are 1, repetitions would be 5 to 10 one way, and then 5 to 10 the other way. Time, smooth controlled movement with a quick stop at the end position, and looking at the intensity, it is kind of light to moderate. Looking at what we're targeting here, we're targeting the outer part of the hip in both of the legs with that exercise. Number 4, moving to single leg hip hingers. Okay, good. So in the starting position, you're starting off, standing. You're close to the wall. You're going to put your hand on the wall. You're going to stand on one leg, and then you're going to bend through that whole upper body, focusing on bending through the hip. The rest of the body is in a good alignment of your hips, shoulders, and head, and bending through, and then really contracting the glutes and the hamstrings to bring you back in that upright position. Perfect. Then you can progress to taking the hand away from the wall, but we have the hand on the wall to eliminate balance, so you can really focus on contracting the glutes and the hamstrings to go through that exercise. So you do it on one side, then you go through it on the other side. Looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity, sets are 1, repetitions are 5, time, smooth controlled movement with a good contraction at the top, or like the end position of the exercise. Intensity would be light to moderate, and looking at what we're targeting the posterior back part of the hip. Now moving on to the fifth one, single leg burpees. Perfect. So starting off in that standing position, putting weight, balancing on one leg, then you're gonna go down into that like 4-point position, pop the leg back up, get into that standing position, and then going into that hop. So that's the single leg burpee. So that probably is the most challenging of the exercise we've gone through. Looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity. Sets are 1, repetitions would be 5 on each leg. Time, smooth controlled movement between steps, and then a quick turnaround at the end position. Looking at the intensity is probably more on the moderate side of things. And what we're targeting, we're probably, it ends up being the most challenging exercise when it comes to the hip, challenging it in all directions. So there you go. That ends up being an insane hip strengthening exercise workout. Give that a go as exercises that you can do at home and in the gym to strengthen your hip. Now, if you're suffering from hip pain and you want some of my best tips and tricks when it comes to overcoming hip pain, what I recommend you is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tips and Tricks That Fight Hip Pain and Tightness. Just click right here, let me know where to send that report, and I'll send you that report right away. If you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, or smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will be exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure to like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And lastly, hit subscribe to get future pain relieving videos.